everybody, welcome to Bando's World, and today we're on the Norwegian Pearl. So today is our one in Montenegro. I'm going to have plenty of videos out on different places in Europe that we're going to, and we are going to 5 different countries. So go check out the rest of my videos that will be up on my channel. But today we are going to Montenegro, and you might notice that we are in this room that gives you a good view of where the captain is driving the boat and stuff. And if you want to see some of that, you can stay to the end and I'll kind of give you a tour around this room. But anyways, now we are going to our excursion in Montenegro. So this is our boat. And I know what you're probably thinking, oh, that's an emergency boat, that's a tender. And you'd technically be right, but cruise ships use the emergency boats as a tender. Although the windows started dripping with water, the ride to the port wasn't very long. And as you can see, there's a giant fort wall and a whole fort up on that mountain. And while all that's cool, the first part of this excursion is actually this little farm. So you can see they have tomatoes and they also have cows for milking. And right in this person's yard is a 300-year-old olive tree. From 1918 to 1941, Montenegro was part of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. But during World War II, Italy and Germany had invaded Montenegro. When Yugoslavia broke up, Montenegro became part of Serbia. And then Montenegro gained independence in 2006. At this point, it was time to eat. So there was some homemade prosciutto, some homemade cheese, and some homemade bread. And for dessert, there were these weird little flaky crepe things. I don't know what they are, but they definitely had pear, apple, or apricot in them. And while all that food was good, it was already time to go to our next part of the tour. And here you get an even closer look at the fortress, but I end up getting even closer to the fort later on in the video. Although there was bad weather, so we never went up the wall. So this old part really varies in ages in the building. Some of them are thousands of years old, and some parts are only about 300. And we went through this kind of arch thing next to some buildings, and it is just surrounded by all these buildings with a bunch of plants here. And earlier I was talking about how some of these buildings vary in ages, and this is a good example because this one's 300. And this cathedral had been rebuilt 3 times, and the last time was in 2016. And here's an example of one of the buildings being renovated, which was very interesting to see, and also we had to walk under this leaking scaffolding. Here's an old water pump, but I didn't remember much of it because I was too distracted with the hundreds of cats roaming around. Because apparently they really like cats here, and there's even a square called Cat Square. Because one day a bunch of mice were brought over on a ship, and all these little cats were able to catch them. Anyways, no more distractions. So at this point, we've gotten a lot closer to the fortress, and ooh, a water pump. This doesn't have a distraction. Okay, really this time, no more distractions. Anyways, this is Cat Square, and this is me getting distracted by eating some chocolate chip cookie ice cream. Delicious. Oh my god, there's so many distractions here. Anyways, at this point, our tour just ended, and now we're gonna wander around for a few minutes. Now, from what I understand, only one cruise ship can actually dock here at a time, and the rest of them have to take a tender. And I wasn't lying when I said we're getting closer and closer to the fort, because at this point, we were actually pretty close to it. And towards one of the gates, there was even a little map of the old part of Kotor. Alright, well now I think we're gonna head back to the cruise ship. And at this point, it was time to catch our tender. And when we got back on the cruise ship, we got a view of these really pretty mountains. And it was really foggy. Or at least that's what we thought, until this happened.
It's been really windy and rainy lately, but now we're back on the cruise ship, and it's raining, and the wind is very hard. We kind of expected this was going to happen yesterday with all the wind and rain.
You can see the storm rolling in above those mountains. And when the boat took off, we saw not 1, not 2, but 3 forts, all in the same view. Okay, so in the beginning of the video, I did not lie about saying I'd give you a tour of this room. So this is the bridge viewing room, where you get a view of the actual captain's room, but I'll show some more of that later. So this kind of has just a few facts about the Norwegian Pearl. So here it is after it got built. Here it is actually being constructed in 2006. They also have some videos talking about the Norwegian Pearl. There's a couple, awards and stuff that the Norwegian Pearl, I guess, got. Another image of it being built in Germany. there's the captain's socks. Not really quite sure why that's a thing, but it is. Some artwork up here, a artificial plant that looks like it's been here since 2006. And then all of like the captains and stuff, showing where they're from and all of that. Another TV with videos, some information about the ship right now. Right now, for some reason, it says we are low on power. It also shows where other ships are and where land is. And then there is a massive model of the Norwegian Pearl, which is really cool. This is probably from like 2010 or something, I suspect, because look at that. There's a water slide. The real one does not have a water slide. Like, I wish I was here for when they had a water slide, because that would be really cool. And you can see it has like the designs. It's a pretty cool model, but you can notice if you ever go on the Norwegian Pearl, you'll see all of these little tiny details, and you'd have to like have gone on the Norwegian Pearl to notice these details that are missing. But yeah, and if you're wondering, our room is the top. It's on the top area, and it is that center one right there. So while this whole room's pretty cool, there's something that's even more cool, and that is that you get to view the whole captain's room, and you know, not actually controlling the ship, because you know, we'd probably not be doing so well if there wasn't any captains driving the ship around. So let me get some more views around. And then over here, there is also one last screen, which I think, where are we? Oh, these are some other ships. And I don't know where we are. And I don't even know, it might not even say here. Oh, I think it shows the way we're going. But yeah, this is actually a pretty cool room, just with so many little features and stuff about the Norwegian Pearl. I don't know if this is on any other Norwegian Cruise Line boats. But yeah, I just thought this would be interesting to show you. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, do not forget to go check out some of my other videos, especially some of the other ones on the Norwegian Pearl, which is this ship right here. But anyways, thank you for watching. Bye! Okay, now I'm going to show you where I edit my videos on the cruise ship. What? We're on a cruise right now. It's loud. You expect me to edit my videos out there?